Hey guys, it's Roberto. So a lot of you remember that I do YouTube tips videos on Fridays. This Friday I happen to be traveling out of town. I couldn't get back in time to do it, but I wanted to put out a video specifically about the YouTube advertiser boycott and how you can still make money on YouTube without AdSense. It's gonna be different than my usual video, and there's probably gonna be minimal editing here. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. To catch some of you up to speed, if you don't know what's going on with the YouTube ad crisis, aka the YouTube advertiser boycott, over 250 brands, including Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, the BBC, among others, have pulled their advertising from the Google AdWords platform, which is how YouTubers make the majority of their money in some cases via YouTube/Google Adsense. This doesn't only affect YouTubers though. This affects podcasters who might be running Google ads on their websites as well. If there are less ads to go around, this also affects anyone who's a mobile app developer who might have ads if they happen to do something that used those advertisers for whatever reason, then that money's not there anymore. It's not in the advertising pool, etc., etc. Website publishers, this affects creators across the board, not just YouTubers. With that in mind, this does not affect all YouTubers equally. Primary example, my ad revenue, roughly about the same. Why? I don't think majority of the advertisers that were involved in this were running ads on my channel. I think that the ones that would have been Verizon and AT&T, but what I have seen is that their competitors are running more ads. So, in some cases, people's revenue will go up from this, but there are specific people whose revenues will go down. And that has to do with some of the YouTube community guidelines. And anybody who is doing controversial content that might include cursing, nudity, partial nudity, lewd humor, sensitive topics, mostly politics, war, etc., explicit content, anything that might be classified as hate speech, those things are being demonetized, or ads aren't running against them. Now, YouTube is attempting to put some more advertiser-friendly controls in place in their AdWords platform. If you're a YouTube creator who relies on ads, I highly encourage you to, when you get a chance after this video, go to AdWords and either just play around with it or actually try buying and running some ads so you understand exactly what the experience is. Because what I did was, in corporate America, I was an account manager, I was a marketing manager, I was Google AdWords certified, so I understand the advertising platform better than most YouTube creators because they've never touched it. And I think that's dangerous, and I think that's scary because you have no idea about this thing that is responsible for making you your money. So before you criticize it, before you freak out about it, I would encourage you to learn about the tool and understand the other side. Understand where the advertisers are coming from and what that looks like for them. So the other thing about this advertising boycott is there are channels that are specifically affected by this. You have news channels that are YouTube news or YouTube drama related that are affected by this. You also have political commentary YouTube channels that are affected by this, both on the left and on the right and everyone in the middle, because a lot of the topics that they cover, a lot of the things they cover, regardless of how it's presented or what the style is, do technically tread within these guidelines, and advertisers may not want their ads, their materials showing up against these channels. And we've seen advertisers flexing their muscles a lot more, not just on online platforms, but even with traditional media as well. So I know there's a lot of rhetoric about traditional versus mainstream with regard to this. I know there's a lot of people who feel that way. I feel that this is more of an issue of patent trolling. I'll probably do a whole separate video about that and about Eric Feinberg and the controversy around that. I, personal opinion, don't think that he's noble, don't think he's on some crusade to do the right thing. I believe it's about money, a lot of money. Because if you were that noble and you wanted to save the world and you were that upset about ads playing and monetizing content from terrorist recruitment ads or terrorist propaganda stuff, then you'd give it away for free if you were going to save the world. So let's not pretend to be noble. Again, that part's just my opinion. So what can we do as YouTube creators to protect our money and to protect our situation in terms of sustaining this online? Well, What most of you, if you followed me before, know is that I'm a creative entrepreneur. I don't rely on my YouTube AdSense revenue. Thank God. I could live off the money I make on YouTube between AdSense, affiliate marketing, sponsorships, all of those things, and it would be a comfortable living. But I don't. I actually run a creative services business that focuses on marketing, content creation, content strategy, and account management. I also do public speaking, paid, and I also do workshops and things like that. And I have a couple other business ventures I'm launching, and I've also worked with and have some equity in startups. So you have a sense of the fact that, nope, not relying on my YouTube money. That being said, it still is a significant amount of money that I do use to invest in new gear, equipment, and technology, and the fact that I'm hiring employees now. So every little bit helps. Prior to doing YouTube, I made money online as a freelancer. If you want to sustain your YouTube channel, consider the simple fact that you have service-based skills. You may not need to or want to go out and get a part-time job. And I don't think you really have to, because the reality is this. Even if you do a skilled labor job, you're not going to make more than maybe $15 or $20 an hour. And that might seem like a lot to you, but at the end of the day, after taxes, it's less than $100 a day. The skills that you have behind the camera can make you a lot more money doing something that you at least care about, and make you a lot more than doing something you don't care about that drains you emotionally and mentally, that has nothing to do with your end game and your goals. So consider the fact that you could make a lot more money doing video editing. You could do a lot more money doing photography and video production behind the camera as a YouTuber. Use the exact same skills, get better at your craft, and make more money, and then not worry about AdSense as much if you're seeing a hit take place. So that's definitely a possibility. If you have any design or marketing chops at all, or any social media savvy, you could do client services work in that arena and make a considerable amount of money. You could either do it with local clients or freelancing websites, or build a side business. What I did was I built a company, Create Awesome Media. Create Awesome Media is the production and media strategy company behind my YouTube channel. I use myself and my dad as an example, and then I went and I pursued clients and I replicated certain results for them in their niche, in their market, and now I have a lot of YouTube channels that I've managed and that I've helped grow. I have case studies, I have data, and then I've been able to sell that service to other people. In terms of video production, I do public speaking and I film my own speaking engagements. I've then been able to edit those and make a speaker reel and so on and so forth. So I've done that for other public speakers and I've made money. And again, when I was a kid, I made money online. I flipped stuff on eBay. I built computers for people. And if there'd been affiliate marketing, or I'd been aware of affiliate marketing back then, I would have made a killing on computer parts affiliate marketing. As it is, I actually have a website being developed that specifically is around camera gear that is going to be heavily affiliate marketed driven. It's going to do some ad revenue as well, and it's going to have some sponsorships behind it. So another option for you is, if you're having problems with monetizing your YouTube channel, one, you should diversify beyond AdSense, affiliate marketing, and sponsorship. You have a kit that you have for your YouTube gear that you put together, great. Amazon and B&H have affiliate programs, so that anyone who enjoys your YouTube channel and has ever wondered what kind of gear you're using, you could be making at least a few bucks off of that. And it could be substantial. It might make you more than your ad revenue. I've sometimes had more off the affiliate marketing, usually now actually, than off of the ad revenue. So I would encourage that. I would say that if you have a great relationship with certain brands that would love to keep advertising your channel, reach out to them directly. See if you can do a sponsorship deal instead of relying on a little bit of money from ads. Go ahead and build out a real sponsorship deal with them. So that's another option. You have fans that love what you do, maybe make some merch, have them support you with the merch. It's not going to be huge margins, but guess what? If you're someone who has even a few thousand subscribers, if you're making $2 or $3 per t-shirt and they're buying regularly, then you actually have a real shot at making some decent money. Yeah, I've covered a lot of ways that you can make money on YouTube. I mean, if I were a YouTube news channel or a YouTube politics channel, if I was a politics channel, what I would do, and like my politics would probably be how to build an empire or something like that, or why we just need an emperor and a Sith Lord in charge, you know, because I mean, that's my deal. then I would go ahead and, in addition to whatever happens with the AdSense revenue, I would have built a website that has all the same material and content and maybe some additional stories. And then I would have done two things. I would have run other advertisements on that outside of the Google network. I would have sold advertising slots directly to companies and brands for run of site advertising for the quarter. I would have sold it on a quarterly basis directly. And then on top of that, what I would do is I would figure out how we could make some exclusive content and set up a membership site around that and charge a small fee and get members to support us for the YouTube channel, maybe a Patreon, but also I would do a podcast, and then we could monetize the podcast by taking sponsorship as well, do some affiliate marketing there, and also plug some service or some merch of our own, or plug the membership site. So those are the things. If I was like a politics channel on YouTube, left, right, middle, whatever, empire first, I would have went that direction. I would have set up 5 to 10 tiers of how we can make our money aside from AdSense, because that's the game and that's the plan, you guys. The shorthand version of this is, I think you develop a service of some kind that you can do that you can always make money. I have several services that I offer that let me make money. It's called active income. You have active income, you have passive income. I've done some videos about this. You should definitely check them out. I think my most watched video here on YouTube is 10 ways to make passive income online. If you're hurting for money, I definitely recommend you watch it. I think it'll give you some ideas. So one of the things is obviously the affiliate marketing stuff like I talked about. If you have any kind of tech or beauty products or fitness products or health-related stuff or lifestyle stuff, affiliate marketing is easy. It's easy. If you're a tech person, web hosting, you can make a killing in web hosting recommendations. If you're a web designer, a graphic designer, a creative services person, if you do video editing and production, both on the service side, that's great, but then also on the affiliate marketing side, it's fantastic if you build a site that helps other people like you. So those are options available to you. A lot of people also write books. You could either write a book. If you're a popular YouTuber, you could obviously write a book and maybe it'll be a bestseller. But if you're not, but you're a technician like I am, you could write a book about something technical, like personal branding or personal development, or if you're a financial wizard, you could write something about how to repair credit, and you could sell that on Amazon and you keep 70% of the profits there. That's a lot better than the revenue split you get on YouTube. So that's definitely something you could look at doing. If you are good on camera and you have a personality, aside from Google AdSense, you could be getting super chat donations directly from your audience in real time. You could also set up perks in Patreon and they can donate to you that way. So those are options available to you. What are other ways that I've made money in YouTube? I don't make a ton on merchandise myself, but that's because I don't push and plug it a lot. If I plugged the Create Awesome and Always Be Creating t-shirts and mugs in every video, then I would probably make more money. But I don't feel the need to do that. I've said in the past that every YouTuber should set up a website and should set up an email list. This is a primary example, because when you do something new or something cool that your audience might want to support, you could email them directly and not rely on the YouTube sub box doing its job or YouTube promoting it or so on and so forth. So direct access to your audience, building a brand outside of YouTube and monetizing that really matters, in the same way that I believe in you build a business outside of YouTube. You're a YouTuber, build a production company and offer the ability to do videos, video editing, or video optimization for local businesses and make some extra money that way whenever you're not making YouTube videos, so you always have active cash flow. Money in your pocket today, not at the end of the month. That's something that I think is extremely important. Me, I do consulting. By doing consulting with clients, both in terms of packages for like 6 months and also one-time calls, and then also a private group mentoring program, it means that I have immediate upfront cash flow using my strategy, using my skills, using social media. I have a way to make direct money. The one thing I haven't set up yet is a product to sell in the form of like an ebook or a course. That's something that will happen later. There are things that I could do around that with video editing. writing. There are great people that I know that are Photoshop wizards that have put together great tutorials and courses that they sell as bundles and packages, and people buy them because it's just easy to have it, own it in one place. People like owning something. When something's on another platform, it's kind of borrowed, and what if it goes away? What if it gets taken down? What if the person decides, oh, I don't want that up anymore? You know, it goes away. But when you buy it and download it, you own it. It's on your machine. So there are people who want that. The majority of your audience may not want that, but even if a few people want it, that is profitable for you, and you're also serving their interest and their needs. So make a product for people like you, solve that problem in the same way you've made content for people like you, and do that. If you're an entertainer, maybe you do a best of thing and you put it in iTunes and you can sell it, and people might want to buy that as a collection. Comedians and stand-up comics put together DVD compilations of their shows all the time. So if you're a YouTube entertainer, why not go ahead and take your content exclusively off YouTube, make it available for people to purchase by getting it into Amazon or into iTunes or both, and let the marketplace decide. So that's another way that if you're not a teacher, you're not a this, you're not a that, you can do it. And I think that's a valid thing in terms of a great product for you. So you got services, you got products there, and that's cash flow. That's straight up cash flow. So I would look at doing things like that. Go directly to sponsors, build a relationship with them. You can't reach sponsors directly? Cool. Go into FameBit, go into Realia Labs, go into Grapevine Logic, go into Rev Influences. These are platforms that are there for you. So I think there's plenty of things YouTubers can do. I think crying and whining about AdSense and the advertiser boycott is a mistake. I think at some point a lot of these brands will come back because, to be honest, if I was a competitor to any of these brands, I would be tripling my advertising budget and I would be a nightmare for them. So me, I wouldn't be out of a platform too long, especially at I think Tim Schmoyer's live stream said that the error rate, Google figured out that the error rate of ads showing up on bad content is like 0.001%. Like, everybody in the technical world knows that's like, wow, that's the error rate you want. You know, I know web hosting companies who would kill for that kind of network uptime rate. Like, so that's real to me. They'll come back if they're not stupid, and if they want to keep playing hardball. If I'm a competitor, I would spend more advertising money and crush them. As it is, I've just personally stopped buying from the brands that are part of the boycott right now. That's just me. I'm not trying to incite you guys to do that, but you can if you want. I don't know. Maybe it sends a message. But I think that we can be proactive. I think that we can protect our own revenue and income. I think we can stand on our own 2 feet without AdSense. I really believe that. And I think I've given you some practical ways to do that. I'm going to recommend some business books that might help you figure all this out in the description below. I think you should diversify your revenue. I think if you have some YouTube money set aside, maybe you look at how you could invest that in something that will make you more money. I think that that's important to look at doing, how your money can make more money all the time. I think that you should diversify. I think that everybody, period, whether you're a YouTuber, podcaster, heck, whether you work a 9-to-5 job, it's my personal opinion that you're only safe if you have 5 revenue streams or more. If you have 5 revenue streams or more, then I think you're good to go. And personally, my goal has always been to make every single revenue stream that I have able to take care of me. That way, I know that, like, a lot could go wrong and I would be safe. That's my answer. That's what I think is my most practical advice I can give you guys. I tried to keep this one as short as possible, but I also wanted to give you guys as much real guidance as I possibly can to help you protect your income. If you guys still have questions or there's other things you want me to get into, you want dedicated videos on certain things that I talked about in terms of how to make money online, let me know in the comment section. Hit me up with your questions. Also, let me know if the YouTube ad boycott is affecting you. Is it impacting your channel negatively? Is your channel making the same amount of money? Is it making more? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome stuff on the channel. Also, I want to encourage you to support small creators. If they're doing anything new, just try and support them. It really would probably mean a lot to them, especially with everything going on right now. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today. Take care.